As promised, I am back with a bigger and better video. I will tell you a little bit about me, how long I've been playing the game, and how I play the game. I'll even break down one of my favorite raiding strategies for farming resources, especially that dark elixir to get my heroes maxed at lightning fast speed. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? It's ThrowinFitz, and we are about to throw down. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. I am a new YouTuber for Clash of Clans, but as you can see, I am not new to the game itself. I am actually almost a maxed Town Hall 11. As of a few weeks ago, I was at max Town Hall 11 until the update came out, and then they added more levels to the heroes, as you know, and then they also added levels to the army camps, which I've got 3 of those left, and the last one will be done in just under a week. So, in the meantime, as I am waiting for increased army camp space, which I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know that we really needed it, but I'll take it. And I'm looking forward to raiding and upgrading and training up my heroes and getting those maxed to level 50. As you can see, I am focusing on my queen at the moment. I currently have her at level 47 going to level 48, and once she hits 49, I will have this max storage ready. This DE storage, I should say, ready and maxed and ready to send her off to the final level. I would say I'm more of a farmer than I am a war guy. However, I do have war stars. I've got 826 war stars, and as you can see, all my heroes, all my troops are maxed, all my spells are maxed. My heroes are working on those. I'll get my queen up to max level 50, and then I will use her to just go crazy and really throw it down on bases when I am farming. And I'll show you a little bit of my strategy. That's mainly, I wanted to kind of just introduce you to me and let you know I've got 3 accounts. This one, I've got the Town Hall 11, I've got a Town Hall 9.75 that I'm working on, and I'll show that to you now. There it is, working on my king and queen right now. And then I have a Town Hall 6.5, and I'll show that to you right now. And this is my 6.5. So basically, it's I maxed it to 6, and then I took this one to a Town Hall 7, and then I maxed all of the troops only. And so I've got all maxed Town Hall 7 level troops on a Town Hall 6 base, mainly for war strategy. So now back to my Town Hall 11. With no further ado, let's go ahead and get into an attack, and I'll show you what I do. Now, my trophy range is a little higher than I normally would like to be, but last night when I went to bed, I got several defenses because my storages were really low, so people were just trophy dropping on me. So you can see that I had some trophy drops here, and then I had a guy that came in. I don't know what they were doing, but they didn't get a lot of loot at all. So whatever. I mean, this is the amount of available loot. Maybe they were just trying an attack strategy out, but that's how I got my trophy range higher than what I normally do. So normally I like to farm between 25-50, somewhere in that range, maybe 25-30 at the lowest, on up to about 2,700. That's the trophy range that I like to stay in, and I like to farm with Lunion. I've been playing Clash since the beginning of 2014, so I'm in this a good 4 years. And a technique that I got from a guy that's no longer doing Clash of Clans videos. If guys have been watching Clash of Clans videos and following YouTubers for a long time, then you will know Clashing with Maddie. He probably still has videos out there, but his favorite attack strategy was this, and it was the Lunion, and he did it in the Masters 3. And you know, it made a lot of sense to me because that's where you start getting a decent dark elixir in the win bonus, as well as just getting some decent gold and elixir in the bonus as well. So that's what I decided to do, and I tell you, it works really well. You know, a lot of people might say, well, you're using a lot of DE on your minions, and you know, that is true. I'm using about 500 or so, maybe 550 on my minions, but I get 500, 600 in my NDE for my win bonus. It's definitely good loot, and especially if you can get the win bonus. I found that if I can get anything 60% or higher, it's getting the majority of the loot bonus in that raid. So that's how I do it. So anyway, let's get back to a raid, and I'll show you kind of a strategy. But before I do that, let me just kind of go in here and show you why you might want to consider Lunion over like a Goblin raid or something like that. This one would be perfect for goblins because you've got your DE drills on the outside, and when I am trophy dropping, that's what I like to do. I like to do a goblin raid, and I'll show that to you when I get my queen back, especially because I do a queen walk with goblins, and it's a phenomenal raiding strategy. However, but with regards to this is easy because everything's on the outside, with the exception of this wall right here. You might have trouble getting to this drill with these walls, but if you have some wall breakers with you, you break through, that wizard tower is gonna take you out pretty quick. But you know, you just kind of sprinkle, maybe you bring some giants and distract the wizard towers, and you can get the resources pretty easily with the goblins. Now, here's where it gets tricky though. Let's say you're out and you're looking for a base and you come across one like this one. What are you going to do with these drills? You've got a drill here and you've got a drill here. You're going to spend a lot of troops and energy trying to funnel your goblins into this drill. Same will happen with this drill. You're going to spend a lot of troops trying to funnel into that drill. So you may end up coming up short, right? So you may end up not being able to get all that dark elixir. You'll probably be able to get a majority of the resources, the golden elixir, because it's on the outside. But you know, with the exception of some of these that are inside, unless you are able to wall break and you brought enough troops with you to get to that, you may or may not get all that as well, right? Well, the beauty of this strategy with Lunion is that you can actually go over the wall and get to these resources that are behind the walls. And that's the reason why I like the Lunion so much, is that it's more diverse. So who's ready for a raid? Let's go ahead and go in and get an attack done. We've got our troops all trained up, and we are going to go in and I'll show you what I do. Now, one thing I don't think I mentioned to you yet, but you might have noticed it in my replays that I show you, is that I search for dead bases. So that's what I'm going to do. So hang tight. It only should take me a few minutes, and then once I have one, I will let you know. Okay, so here we go. We've got a dead base here, and this one is even more of a reason why Lunion would be a good one. Could you imagine trying to get the loot out of this base with a goblin army? It would be really, really difficult, right? So what we've got though is the beauty of a dead base. These storages are empty. So what that tells us is that all of this loot that you see in available loot is available in the collectors for the most part. There might be just a drop or two in the storages, but let's do this. Now remember, my goal is to get to the DE. That is my number one goal. So that's what I'm going to be shooting for initially. So here we go. So what I do is I tend to just kind of run this strategy. I'll watch where my balloons are going, and I'll just make sure that I'm focusing on the air targeting troops. So you know, we want to definitely send our balloons in on that concentration of the base. We can worry about minions later. We just want to mainly get the majority of this stuff out of the way first. Keeping in mind the air defenses is a number one priority. Now, as you can see, I've got an issue over here where I've got an air defense that did not get taken down. But given that I've got a majority of this done, I should be able to pull it off and get what I need and what I came for. So I'm just letting things play out here. As you can see, I've got the 50%. I'm going to let this minion go ahead and do work, and then I'm going to go ahead and fire off. It's going to probably take the rest of these minions to get all of that gold. Maybe not. All right, so there we go. And that's it, man. Look at that. Look how much loot I got. I got it all. So we're going to end this battle here. Sometimes I check around for extra stuff around the, like, you know, some of the junk buildings that might be in range, and see if I can pick it off. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this one. The air defense is going to get it. Oh, it is. So I'll go ahead and let that one play out, because every little bit of percentage that you can get, it's going to help you with your bonus. So if we can get the bonus a little bit more, then that's going to help us with the amount of DE that we get, right? So go ahead and finish this gold storage off here. Hopefully I can beat the clock and won't have to send my... Okay, so there we go. Send my warden in, I was going to say. All right, so that's it. So we'll finish the raid, and that's how I do it. So see, I've got 643 on the raid with the DE, and then I've got all of this loot with the bonus of the resources and the gold and the elixir. So that's it. You know, I've got all of my resources. Oh, and look at that. I got my star bonus on top of that. So that is how I do the raid. I'll go in, I'll do a train, I'll train up. So I didn't even use all my rages, which is good. And I'll go in and train up my other troops here. And then I'll keep doing that, right? So now I've got another set ready to go. And while I'm out looking for that, I'll probably find something, because that last raid that I worked on, that was, before I started searching for that raid, it was 5 minutes ago. It's been 3 minutes that we did that raid, so it took me 2 minutes to find that base. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, you can go in and you can find these bases. So it'll probably take me another 5 minutes tops to find another base, a dead base like that. And then I'll hit that one, and I'll have to wait for my troops to train up. And at that point, sometimes what I do is I'll take my Grand Warden and I'll just start going around and sniping Dark Elixir drills, and using that as an opportunity to not only go down in trophy levels, but it helps me continue to get Dark Elixir while I'm waiting for my army to train back up, and then I'll go back out and do it again. Or the other option is that I can go in and I can boost my barracks and run those on a boost, and I'll do an hour boost where I'll boost my heroes, or usually right now it's just my Grand Warden, and then I'll boost my spell factory and the barracks, and I'll just raid for an hour, and you know, as long I'll just make time to do that if I block out some time so I can do a boosted raid. And that's when, as I'm sure you guys know, if you done that, that is really good loot. So that's it. I'm gonna end this video here for now, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave some comments. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, guys.